Coming up on Hawk TV.
We take a look at Van's custom culture contest,
A sophomore magician,
and girls soccer.
Lately, I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. Baby, I've been praying hard, said no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars, I see this light like a swinging vine, swing my heart across the line, in my face is flashing signs, seek it out and ye shall find. Old, but I'm not that old, young, but I'm not that old, and I don't think the world is sold, I'm just doing what we're told.
Good morning, Hebron High School. I'm Kieran Rashanali.
And I'm Spencer Rojas. This year is the first time that artists participated in the Van's Custom Culture Contest. I gotta take a closer look. Van's Custom Culture is a national high school customization competition using 4 pairs of blank Vans shoes to be customized. This is the first time that students from art are participating in it. Even though it's the first year, they have high hopes for what's to come.
I think we have a strong chance because we have a lot of strong artists with us, but even though this is our first time, we don't know what to expect yet, so even if we don't make it this first year, we still have next year, so I think we'll be stronger both times, but I think we'll do pretty good.
I am just excited to be able to participate. I'm excited for our students to be able to participate. This is our first year going in. I know that, and I know that the people who have been competing come out and kill it every year. So I'm expecting us to compete at their level, which we have. We have the talent, we have the commitment, we have the students who have the drive.
Each pair of shoes is centered around a different theme: art, music, action sports, and local flavor. The group knows the categories in advance, so they have time to plan out each shoe.
We started talking about this with my students that I had last semester that I knew were interested last semester, and then we've met a couple times with the new students that I got this semester, and we started talking about what we wanted for each category and what we think might work the best on that specific shoe. And so we know the categories ahead of time, so it's a huge advantage to us, and so we start planning weeks in advance so that we have a better time frame.
Now we develop it, we're gonna try and rough draft it, and we're gonna final draft just to practice and make it better.
One of the biggest challenges for the artists is using a different media on a different type of canvas, but they see this as a chance to grow as an artist in general.
I did use paint, but I haven't experienced it, so it's kind of challenging for me to paint on the shoes. I guess that it helps me to become a better artist.
It's like acrylic paint. I'm not really used to it, so it's going to be more of a challenge, but I'm working with a group of people that know how to paint, so they can teach me as well. So that'll help me in art and just in general, just painting and stuff. So I think I can overcome it just one step at a time.
Reporting for Hawk TV, I'm Spencer Rojas. Now back to the studio.
Thanks, Spencer. The group hopes to be chosen in top 5 in the nation for a chance to win up to $50,000. Sophomore Fernando Kozovsky moved here from Mexico to Texas 2 years ago, leaving his friends and family behind. To help break barriers, he was introduced to magic. Now to Courtney Foster for the story.
After moving from Mexico, sophomore Fernando Kozovsky chose to build his reputation in an unusual way. His magic became a form of acceptance from his foreign peers and helped establish strong friendships.
It helped me to forget about the stress of going to a new school and not knowing anybody, and just start doing something else that doesn't have to do with school or missing my friends from Mexico. About 3 years ago, I started getting more into it and then doing it at school and bringing tricks and stuff and blowing people's minds.
It definitely brought our class to talk to each other. The first 3 weeks of class, he would just go stand on the stage and then we'd all crowd around him as he did a trick, and he always had something new for us, and it was so cool.
Kozovsky is influenced by famous magicians such as David Blaine and David Copperfield, but always had a deep connection with his grandfather. In addition, Kozovsky's family encourages and supports his hobby.
My grandpa used to do like small tricks at family reunions and when we got together, and I got really impressed by what he did, even though it was really small. So that got me like a little bit into it. I felt confident, and then I continued doing the magic and tried to get better at it, looking up to these guys.
Krasovsky plans to continue growing as a magician, taking action by doing small events and entertaining crowds.
I'm starting to like kind of get some money out of it and then go to dinners and stuff and do magic to the people in there and try to get some tips or some money if they want to hire me. And I hope I can continue like that and be more noticeable.
Reporting for Hawk TV, I'm Courtney Foster. Now back to the studio.
Thanks, Courtney. To graduate or move on to the next grade, students must be able to pass their STAR test. As of now, it's estimated that 28,000 Texas students will not graduate high school based on their standardized test scores. A new bill passed by the Senate Committee on Education could allow some of these students to walk across the stage in June. Bill 84R SB 149 would create panels of educators, counselors, and parents that would evaluate a student's grades and performance and decide if that student should graduate even if they failed their standardized test. The bill will go to the full Texas Senate to be voted on in the upcoming weeks. We'll be right back. Welcome back. The girls' soccer team is playing their last two games of the season. We send it over to Reese Woodhill with the story.
On Tuesday night, the undefeated Lady Hawks soccer team took on Plano West. After a close-called game by the officials, the Hawks fell 3-1, giving them their first loss of the season.
We lost as part of the game. We're going to get through it, get over it, play Friday, play Monday, and playoffs start next Thursday, and we're just getting back on our feet and kick it.
It's kind of frustrating to lose at home, but it's frustrating to lose anywhere. I think that this was honestly a good time for us to have a loss because we know where we stand going into playoffs, but we also know that the taste of this loss is terrible and we don't want to have another loss in the rest of our season.
The Hawks clinched their second consecutive district championship before spring break, allowing them to change the pace of play to give players more rest before playoffs.
It changes the complexion a lot. We're trying to let some of the other girls who haven't gotten some minutes opportunities to play. It kind of disrupts the defense. You know, we're coming back from spring break with 3 games left before we start playoffs, so we want to give everybody some minutes. We've already wrapped up the championship, which is what our goal was before. So the girls are playing well, but we're giving everybody a chance to play. So that's the only thing that's going to look different the last 2 games before we play.
We're taking these last 2 games as training and practice to get towards that first round of playoffs and work towards what we need to get done to make our way through the playoffs.
After making its first state tournament appearance last year, the team hopes to make its way back to Georgetown in April.
We plan to just stick with what we know how to do, pass the ball, connect well, take good shots and finish, and just play the best we can every game.
1 game at a time. I mean, we know that this region's going to be tough. Every round's going to be a good game. Second round's going to be tougher than it was last year. They're all going to be tough. So for us to get there, we're going to have to grind it out one at a time. So.
The team will play in their first playoff game next Thursday, March 26th. I'm Reese Woodhill, reporting for Hawk TV. Now back to the studio.
Thanks, Reese. Follow us on Twitter at HawkTV_HHS as we live tweet every playoff game.
In other news, the dates for the makeup days were announced for Friday, May 22nd and Thursday, June 4th. The district is requesting a waiver for the 3rd day missed. That's it for today's broadcast. I'm Spencer Rojas.
And I'm Karen Ashanali. Have a great rest of your day.